let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from a nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in the game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
It would be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First off, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10 now. Short pass brought in. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Here we go, here we go.
Now they send their back in motion right. On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Has a man, it's Brown. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
11.
Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, here we go.
A give left side to Brown. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it sets up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jordan Hicks takes it away. And the Browns have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
It's inside the 10. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. Romo adds the point after. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Here we go.
Now a give. It's Brown headed right. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. This finds all, complete. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run here. It's Zach Moss who gets it. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
On one, ready? Here we go, here we go. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Gun. Stop.
Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin.
Let's get set.
They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
Stop.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Browns have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that...
And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns pull out in front further, 13-zip. Romo on to try the point after. And that one is no good. Didn't even come very close to sneaking that one in, so leave that score as is. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go.
Motioning Chase left.
Shot.
First down, Burrow to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jordan Hicks takes it away.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Milton now. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play with a reliable source of yardage.
They're going to throw it on third and long. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And their lead will remain at 13.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
It's now second and 19 at the 38-yard line.
And they're trying something here. They fake the spike. He's contained at the line for no gain. Award that tackle to Michael Hall.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
Third and long, here's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they're staring at fourth and long. The Bengals send out the punting unit. Fielded at the 11. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. That punt goes 63 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. of the shotgun. They'll give it to him inside. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 19. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw. Here's Milton. That one complete to Njoku. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, looks like the 30.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Let's go now.
From the 31. Cut out left. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives the Browns a first. Back-to-back carries here. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense react.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jermaine Pratt picks it at the 20. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Within 6. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31.
Let's go.
Getting right back to it after that interception. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it'll be second down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Back to the air here on 2nd and 10. Able to get it to Moore. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And the Bengals bring it out a 5th DB. They're in the nickel, 3rd down. Here's Milton. Complete beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They are throwing it again. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing now, Milton. Completed to his running back. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And they bring him down around the 34. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll throw it again. He's got it near the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Throwing it again here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Almost had 6, but can't. Zone incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Now Milton to throw. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. Romo's point after is good. And the Browns bump the lead up to 13 points. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Only 17 seconds left for them as they begin this drive.
Here we go, here we go.
They kick the running back in motion.
Shot.
On first down, here's Burrow. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Couldn't connect on first.
Gun.
It's second down.
Shot. Shot.
Looking to throw. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. It arrived as the ball did to break things up.
Come on, Rick.
And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
12. Shot.
Back to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. With this kick, we're back underway, a spot in the divisional round on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get set.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Shot.
Here's 2nd and 11. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he'll get it up to the 44. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Shot.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
They bring Higgins in motion left.
Shot.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. And they pick him off again! Browns take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now. Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Extra DB out there for the Bengals. Third down coming. They'll run the draw with Chubb. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
The kick by Roddy's good. And that'll give him a 16-point advantage.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
11, here we go, here we go. Stop.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Got 11, 11, 11. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Got.
Burrow from the gun. Here's a loft deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 25. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals shrinking the lead some in the third. T. Higgins the touchdown. And now the Bengals offense still on the field. We'll see them go for two. He's throwing for it. And he's got it. That catch gets him two and turns this into a one-score game once again. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here's Chubb on second down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Throwing on third and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Intended target there was David Njoku. And now they're staring at a fourth down. The Browns are lining up to punt. And he's hoping for good results on his first look of the night. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Bengals football.
On one, ready?
They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Here we go. Got.
Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Trying for the deep ball. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals shrinking the lead some in the third. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. So the Bengals going back to the well, trying for two again.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow. Forced out to his right. And in a tight game, they turn to the run, and it rewards them with two. We're all tied up. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. He's going to push one deep down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Jordan battle with the INT. And the Bengals are finally stopped on the return. But they'll still take over on the edge of the red zone.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here we go, here we go.
Brown on the inside give. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
Gun.
They'll run again with Brown. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals parlay the interception into points. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Logan Wilson has it. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future. They had somebody there waiting for it that time.
McPherson at the point after. And the kick is good. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. 1 quarter to... Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Milton. Oh no, they get him yet again. DJ Turner comes up with it. And the Bengals are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game. It happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go. Stop.
Throwing is Burrow. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches read and react?
Stop.
Burrow back to throw. He put everything he had into this one. And that's going to be knocked away. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. It's out. That's a live ball. Bouncing near the goal line. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. And they corral him well behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
From his own end zone on 3rd and long. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only
to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be their football.
I'm fine, ready?
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Start.
Starting the drive with a give to Moss. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
they had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete. Broken up by a big guy at the line. So second down coming up.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Gun. Dot.
Handoff headed left to Brown. He loses the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring it up 3rd and 7. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Chased out to his right. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Browns have some new life in the 4th.
This is a lonely place. And I don't know how many walking the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup. And it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today. And I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go.
To throw, Milton.